It's Thursday, it's Puck Time. I'm Lawrence Presman, the Prez owner, co-founder with Marco D'Angelo and a few others of Wager Talk Media. And this is the hockey show, guys, my favorite show to do because, well, who doesn't want to talk hockey? In all seriousness, there's no better sport on the planet than hockey. The flow of soccer, the drama of basketball, the vicious violence of football, the skill of punching people in the face like boxing. It just doesn't get better than this sport, and we're going to talk about it for the next 20 minutes. I got Alex B. Smith with us, as well as Carmine Bianco. I'm going to bring them both in. We're going to talk 4 NHL games in depth and then get to the last minute of play, where we will talk about the remaining 5 games very quickly. Let's go to you first, Carm. Welcome to the show in an outstanding living room. Where might you be, Carm?
I'm in your studio today. I'm filming Stoppage Time after this show with Nick Borman of Sports Memo and Paulie Lagoretz of WagerTalk.com. We're going to talk some EPL. We're going to talk the MLS Cup playoffs that begin on Saturday. So I figured I'd come here, fill in for the legendary Dave Koken, who's unavailable today, and would talk some hockey.
So tell us about some of the pictures behind you. I see Stevie Y holding up a cup. I see a couple of Wayne Gretzky's. What's your favorite?
You know, it's funny you talk about Stevie Y because I always look at the comments in our videos, which I think are fantastic. I love when the guys comment. And one guy ripped you about you talking about the Detroit Red Wings and how they're not a very good team. The guy, his only point was they have Stevie Yzerman now, and look what he did to Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Well,
what the hell does that have to do with the Detroit Red Wings on the ice right now? I mean, do I think Stevie Y can build a team over the next 10 years? Sure. But, like, come on, he just took over there, for Christ's sake. Like, Detroit stinks. And Mr. Whoever you are who posts that, let me say it slowly. Detroit stinks. Alex B. Smith, how are you, brother? I don't know what the hell shirt you're wearing. Golden Seals, maybe? I don't know. What's going on?
No, this is Minnesota Golden Gophers. It's one of the
I got the golden. I got the golden.
You did, but the Golden Seals actually wore like teal and gold back in the day. That's a jersey I've actually thought about getting a long time ago. But rocking the Minnesota jersey today. So, looking forward to talking some hockey with you guys.
You win the next 12 games in a row, released to our clients. I will find you and buy you that Golden Seals shirt.
Hey guys,
okay, fair enough.
I actually have somewhere in my closet it's my ball hockey team. We had the California Golden Seals jerseys. That was our
nice.
So I do have that jersey. I'm gonna find it and wear it on an episode of Puck Time, so you guys can have a look at what a cool jersey that was.
Guys, before we get into the show, I just got to stop and just have a quick moment here. Hockey's been around for over 100 years. There's probably been, if you had to guess, Alex, what do you say, 50,000 goals scored in the history of the NHL?
Give or take. Maybe I'll go over on that.
Okay, so over 50,000 goals scored. I think we saw the greatest single goal ever scored in the history of hockey last night in Columbus. It was a game-winning goal. I don't know how you could get a better goal. I think if anybody out there has not seen this goal, I don't remember the name of the guy. Alex, I'm sure does, and he'll tell us. Go Google it. But this guy undressed a defenseman at the blue line, came in from left to right, got to the hash marks, tucked the puck through his legs with a behind the leg through the back, scratching his eyeball, top corner shelf. I mean, in it was like, have you ever seen a better goal, Alex?
I mean, there's been a lot of great goals over the years, but that, like I said, that's definitely one of the all-time.
I mean, there's a Mario Lemieux goal that they show where he dekes out 2 guys right at the beginning, I think in his rookie season, and then slides on the ice and top shelves it. But I think those, and Ovi's off his butt goal, but those are a little bit more fluky. This goal was premeditated, pre-designed. He did everything he was supposed to do. There was nothing fluky about it. Wow.
Yeah, Tomas Hertl, in his rookie year with the San Jose Sharks, pulled a goal on that against Martin Baron, and Baron, I think that pretty much like literally ended his career. Like I remember he got sent down and he retired shortly after that. So it was shades of that, but yeah, like I said, between the legs, it's a great move. Sonny Milano, by the way, is the player who got that. I'll retweet that on. So follow me on Twitter if you haven't seen that goal. It's absolutely definitely said it's one that we'll remember and we'll see in the highlights all year long.
Oh, dude, in the year 10,000, they're going to be saying, what are the top 100 plays in the last 10,000 years? And that one will still be the number one goal ever scored in history of hockey. And hey, Connor McDavid's goal last night was ridiculous. Carm, did you see that? I mean, Jesus, man, an alley-oop pass from the hash marks of your own end. He chases down the defenseman, lifts up the guy's stick, and then plops it into the corner of the net. The skill we're seeing in hockey right now, Taylor Hall's goals, I mean, it's unbelievable.
As far as I'm concerned, tonight were the goal scored, the game-winning goal by the Pittsburgh Penguins, and the game-winning goal by the San Jose Sharks, because they gave my clients a 2-0 night. What difference does it make? Who scores it? How it's scored? If it's a game winner and we've got money on it, those are the best goals.
Nicely said. I had the over in Edmonton last night for a win. Guys, let's get straight to it. Tampa Bay going in to Boston tonight. Boston's got the Leafs up next, so they got a nice two-gamer. Boston finds themselves at minus 120. This team is playing ridiculous defense. They're bottling up everybody. Tampa Bay just beat Montreal 3-1. I'm not going to be betting on this game, and I'll go to you first, Alex. I do like the under 6 goals. I think this game has got a 2-1, 3-1, 3-2 feel to it.
Yeah. Tough, and it seems as if like the home team always has the edge. Tampa Bay is 6-14 their last 20 in Boston, but they're 8-2 also. Home team edge is something that's been pretty strong. Tampa Bay, they did win 3-1 in which they were controlling everything along the way. Montreal pretty much outplayed them in that contest. So Boston, and this is a Bruins team that they haven't had that Stanley Cup hangover that we expected to see from a team that made it to all the way to Game 7 and lose. They've actually been playing pretty sharp of late. So I would definitely look at taking the Bruins here at minus 120.
Guys, we are having a little bit of sound issues, nothing major. Carm's in my house. That's my living room with my incredible artwork behind him. And it's probably draining on the internet. Carm, what do you like in this Tampa Bay-Boston game?
I'm on the under. Last night when these lines popped up, a 6.5 was out there with like 120 juice on the under. I took that. The first two games between these two last year, early in the season, were lower scoring games. I tend to believe that games in the final month of the season are a little higher scoring, and that's why we saw like a 6-3 and a 5-4 game between these two. But 3-2 and these two, Tampa just. And I think we always want, or we always figure teams at the beginning of the year or season are going to play like they played near the end of the season, or the full season where they were just lights out. Tampa Bay were blowing out teams. That's not going to happen early on. It's going to take a little while, and when Tampa gets going, they're going to score. But this is a Bruins team right now that is just playing extremely well. They're not just beating teams; they're beating them by 2 or 3 goals. Yeah. They're playing well. I think this is another one of those low-scoring 3-1, 3-2 games, and likely the Bruins on top.
Alex likes Boston. Carmen, I like the under. New York Islanders going into Winnipeg, playing the Jets. It's really pretty close to a pick'em game with a total of 6. New York Islanders have won 2 in a row, both in overtime against St. Louis and Florida. They are 2-4 to the under. Winnipeg is 4-3 to the over, which is not much of a surprise given that they're literally rolling out 6 minor league defensemen, and they have the hottest point getter in hockey right now in Liney. Plus, they're 6 deep scoring wise up front. The total is 6 though, and I'll go to you first, Alex. I'm flat out passing in this game completely. This is just one of those situations where Winnipeg's going to play to the over and the Islanders are going to play to the under, and that's going to be the way it is all year. If anything, and a gun was held to my head, I'd take the over only because of Winnipeg's defense. I do lean on Winnipeg tonight, but until they get their defense back, I'm going to start staying away from these games.
Yeah, Prez, you might have to keep your phone charged because you might be getting a call from Kevin Cheveldayoff pretty soon. That's how thin they are on defense right now.
I'm ready, dude. I am freaking ready!
Yeah, I mean, hey, you might do a better job than some of these guys too, actually, to be honest.
So wait. I got to tell you a story.
All right.
So many years ago, I used to play in this Baycrest Pro-Am. Every team, depending on how much money you raised, you got to draft ex-NHLers onto your team. We played against Mike Gardner's team the first game, and he came down on me one-on-one on defense. He tried to go through my legs and cut around me. Bam! Hit the skate. Stopped Mike Gardner dead. Mocked him the rest of the game. The next game, Steve Thomas is playing on the other team. He's coming down on me as I'm on defense. He's coming down on me. He passes the blue line and he shoots the puck. For the rest of the game, I'm like, Steve, I have one chance in my entire life to play against you on defense, and you shoot the damn puck. Undress me. How could you deprived me of the opportunity to try to stop you? I'll never forgive him, Alex.
That's awesome. That's a pretty good story. But yeah, and that's pretty cool of a moment to have, to play against pros like that. But you might have another chance, like I said, because this Jets defense is just an absolute disaster. And this Islanders team, like you said, they're going to trend to the under all year. But this might be one of those games where they can get that offense rolling, get some confidence. If you look at the regulation line, you can get the Islanders as high as plus 175. There's no way I can back the Jets here. I think the Isles might actually be able to get some goals and come out of there with a win tonight.
Yeah, this is a pass for me, as I said. Carmine Bianco, what's going on, brother?
Yeah, I've got to disagree with you guys just a little bit. You know what I mean? When you got a team like Winnipeg, and yes, they're hurting on defense, playing a team maybe like the Islanders who don't roll out three lines, just put the puck in the net night in and night out, is sometimes helps a team. Listen, Winnipeg's scoring goals. They put 4 up in that win in Pittsburgh, and I know Pittsburgh put seven back in when they played last week or so. But this team's going to turn it around. At some point, they're going to turn it around. You give these guys who are playing right now a little more ice time, they're going to get a little bit better. It's a slow start to the season for them, but I'm not ready to cut bait on the Jets as of yet. I think this is a good spot at a low price for the Jets to get a win tonight against the Islanders. I'm not convinced on this Islanders team right now. I've watched a few of their games. I just don't like the way they're playing right now. They were completely dominated again by the Hurricanes. Teams that can skate. You're watching this Carolina team, and I watched Carolina again last night against San Jose. This is not your typical, I'm going off on a tangent, Carolina team of years past. They are skating. They're forechecking, and these are the teams that hurt the Islanders. The Winnipeg, I think, does the exact same thing tonight. They put a little pressure on the Islanders themselves and get a win tonight.
Speaking of teams who skate fast, Vegas Golden Knights. I think they're the fastest team in all of hockey. They're playing Ottawa. Before we get into that game, I just want to make mention, guys, we're only offering this promo for this week. It's the best NHL promo we're going to offer all year. It's 1 week of any one of our NHL packages, 1 week of any of the NHL experts, Prez, Dave, Carm, Buster, Dolan, Alex, Andrew, $39. Just use the promo code NHL39, NHL39, $39. And Carm, above your head is a picture of Bobby Orr sitting on the same bench as Wayne Gretzky. we used to have a trivia, but Google ruined that. I know Google exists. Anybody who could tell me the game that Bobby Orr and Wayne Gretzky sat on the same bench could have a week of my NHL plays for free. And Google is fully available to you. Alex, Sens versus Vegas Golden Knights. Vegas is a huge favorite here, like over 300, 325. The over and under is 6.5. I got one game I'm releasing to the clients tonight. It's not this game, but this one almost made it. I really like the over in this game. Look, I know Ottawa is struggling to score, but they have had a few games where they put up a 4 spot, and I just think there's going to be a lot of speed on the ice tonight. I can't be laying 325. I can't take the puck line. Outright pass on the side, but I'm going to put a little bit of my money on over the total of 6.5. Where are you going?
I mean, Vegas, the fact that they were at home last game against Nashville, pretty much got outclassed in that game. That was a good effort by the Predators on the road. I would expect Vegas to come out guns blazing here in this one against a Sens team that we know. He said they just simply don't have the horses to keep up with Vegas. So, Vegas can name their score. I'm seeing a team total 4.5 plus 130. That's awfully high, but I would not be shocked to see that one cash in. Like I said, this total 6.5. If they get on the board early and often, they could, get this total on their own possibly. So it might be a long night for the Ottawa Senators in Vegas.
Carmine, good sir.
It's funny. Looking at these games last night, and logic tells you look at this and you're like, Vegas is coming off a loss at home to the Prez, 5-2. They're going to want to get back on the ice, and what better team to play than the Ottawa Senators? But these are the ones where you're like, you might as well take the puck line because you can't lay 280. Let me take the puck line, and you're still laying $1.30 in juice. And you look at some of the games over the last 2 years between these two, and they've been close games. I know that it's a little different with this Ottawa team, and that roster has kind of been ripped apart. But this game just kind of feels like a trap to me. I don't think I'm not trying to tell you Ottawa's going to go into Vegas and beat the Knights, but this is just a game I'm staying away from. I have absolutely no feel for it, and I have no confidence in, as much as I love this Knights team, of laying a goal and a half or laying minus almost 300 with the Knights. A loss like that, and you've got to win 3 to make it back. So I'm going to pass.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. And also, everyone, just to let you know, Google does have the answer to my Bobby or Wayne Gretzky question, which is great because I want you all to have a free week of my NHL plays. I'm up in NHL and about to go on a run. So email missy@wagertalk.com with the answer. And you can have a week of my NHL plays for free. And it's right up there on Google. Just do your work. Nashville versus Arizona. Minus 125 for Nashville. They're 4-2 on the season. The over and under is 5.5 here. I think this game has got underwritten all over it, but it did not make my card. Alex?
Yeah, this one didn't make my card either. I mean, like I said, Nashville, they're coming off of a big win against Vegas, and now they're going to play a completely different style of team in the Arizona Coyotes, a team that likes to muck things up. I sound like a broken record when I say this, but Arizona is just a team where they're not going to let you just skate around them all night long. They're going to clog things up in the neutral zone, slow things down. Once you get inside of their own zone, they're not defensive juggernauts by any means, but they also just, they're just pesky. They position themselves well. So if Nashville, they have to make sure that they don't turn the puck over because Arizona's going to be there to pick up things and capitalize. But I don't think this is going to be too high scoring of a game. I would look at the under possibly with this one tonight.
Carmine Bianco, good sir, my friend, where are you going?
Yeah. Same here. I agree with Alex on this one. I think a low score.
But you don't agree with me, right? Because I said the under too, but you want to specifically agree with Alex. Get out of my house right now. Get out.
I usually turn off the volume while you're talking. But in all honesty, listen, I'm big on this Preds team. I talked about them in our, I think in our first puck time. They're still 15-1 now to win the cup. I think those are great odds. Even when we're talking about futures. And, they showed us that they can go into a place like Vegas where it's tough to win and dominate that team. Arizona, listen, 2 games at home so far. They played the Bruins absolutely tough, losing the opener 1-0, and then they beat that same Vegas team 4-1. We saw them last year towards the end of the season. Same thing. They played just kind of defensive lights out style of play at home. Not many goals in this one, I don't think. Anyways, definitely the under for me here.
So you agree with me, just to emphasize.
Yes, I agree with Alex. That's correct.
Last minute of play,
yeah.
boys. Let's get to it. Top to bottom. New York Rangers going into New Jersey. New Jersey's minus 120, give or take, with a total of 6.5. I like the Devils. Alex?
Yeah, I like the Devils here too, even though there's going to be questions about whether John Hines still has a job by the end of the week. This obviously will probably be the true litmus test. They lose this one here, we might see a coaching change in New Jersey.
Carm?
Yeah, same here. I know the Rangers have only played 3 games so far this year. Something has to happen in New Jersey. These two played a couple bloodbaths in the preseason, tons of penalties. It's a rivalry. New Jersey's got to get a win. I think it happens tonight.
Okay, and Carm, 10 seconds. Alex, Minnesota, Montreal, 6 minus 160. I like Montreal in regulation at even money, and I like under the total. I have a predicted score of 2-0 for Montreal. Alex?
Yep, that makes sense. Minnesota has won the last 9 meetings with Montreal, but this ain't the same Wild team we're used to seeing. Montreal on the puck line for me.
Carm?
Quality of the opponents. Listen, Minnesota started on the road to Nashville, Colorado, Winnipeg, then had to come home and play Pittsburgh. They finally beat Ottawa, played the Leafs tough. Minnesota, plus 145 tonight for me.
Vancouver, St. Louis, I'm on the under. Alex?
Yep, looking at the under in that one as well. I don't see where there's going to be a lot of goals scored, even though Vancouver's getting some better offensive play. You got superstars like Elias Pettersson moving the puck pretty well.
Superstars like, have we not been through this already? What are you, Andrew? Vancouver doesn't have a superstar. They have up-and-coming future stars. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Vancouver wins 3-2 as an underdog tonight. It goes under.
Carm?
I'm actually going to agree once again with Alex here in the sense of I'm not sure of the total. I actually think Vancouver, as a big dog, gets the win tonight in St. Louis. St. Louis is kind of suffering at 3-3, that Stanley Cup thing where you kind of it takes you a while to get your emotions back up again. So they might be primed for the picking here.
Calgary versus Detroit. I'm in play in that game. Alex, where are you going?
Going with the over here. Detroit's defense not looking too good. They've given up 10 goals in the last 2 games. This would be a good spot for Calgary, who's gone over the last 4 or 5 against Detroit. Start getting some goals here.
Carmine Bianco, good sir.
Yes, that Steve Yzerman managed team. I think they lose tonight to the Flames. I'll take the Flames on the goal line here, minus 1.5.
Buffalo, LA Kings. The Kings are minus 115. The over and under is 6. I like the Kings. I might never say that again this year. Alex?
Yeah, Kings in regulation. Buffalo had a tough loss last night against Anaheim and now have to bounce back. Carter Hutton in net, he's been playing pretty well, but I think Kings at home get a rare win this year.
Carmine?
Yeah, I faded the Sabres, and I am a Buffalo Sabres fan. I thought this was going to be a tough road trip for them. Quick odd stat. Olsen, the defenseman for the Sabres, has 8 goals this year, all in the power play. But it's the Kings for me tonight against the Sabres.
Okay, boys, that's the show. I'm the Prez. That dude with no hair is Carmine. That dude with lots of hair is Alex. It's been a real pleasure. We'll have Puck Time going tomorrow. Alex and Andrew with us. Dave was supposed to be on today's show but called in sick. And remember, guys, get any of our NHL experts for 1 week, $39. That includes Prez, Dave, Carm, Buster, Dolan, Alex, and Andrew. Use the promo code NHL39. Email Missy at wagertalk.com. Let her know when Bobby Orr and Wayne Gretzky were on the same bench together. You get a week of my NHL for free. Super easy. Done. No problemo. It's up on Google. It'll take you 5 minutes to figure it out. Love you all. Thanks for posting. Thanks for commenting. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, Alex. Bye, Carm.
That's it.
Later, guys. Good luck.